guys, welcome to ICEDensity. Today I have a video on AN-94. I'm going to show you how you can become better with this gun and some tips and tricks that I would recommend. So the stats of this gun shows that it has a maximum damage of 24.5 and a minimum of 18. This is quite common amongst assault rifles, and the fire rate of it is at 600, and at burst modes it is at 1200. I'll talk more about this later in the video. However, with the recoil, you can see that the up recoil of the gun is significantly higher than the left and right, so we're going to be compensating this with some of the attachments that you'll see later in the video. So this is really important to take note of. Now, with these graphs, we can see that in the top left-hand corner of the screen, that is the AN-94 without any attachments. Now, on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, this is what the graph represents. It represents the bullets and the recoil that happens with the gun and how accurate it is. Now, my best two attachments that I like to run with this gun is the compensator and the angle folding grip. The angle folding grip is a must. However, you can pick the compensator or the muzzle brake in your opinion. Now, I do pick the muzzle brake over the compensator due to the lesser gap between the green dot and the yellow spread you can see on the screen, and however, I do lose some of the accuracy that comes along with the compensator. However, I will take that loss to my advantage with the smaller gap range. Now, with the gameplay in this background, it isn't the best. However, I do hope that you enjoy the gameplay, and it is captivating at some stage, I guess, and it was okay. Now, I'm not the best player in Battlefield 4. Let's set this straight. I just want to make sure that most of you guys understand that I'm definitely not the best player out there. I'm just here to give you some tips and tricks on how to make yourself a better player. Now, I'm running this gun in burst mode. You have to do this with the gun. Now, basically, a little history lesson about the AN-94. It was invented by the Russians, and the Russians needed a gun, basically, for the war, and the gun was designed that it fires its first two bullets at extremely high rates of fire. Now, in the real world, it fires around 1800 RPM. However, in the game, it fires at 1200 on burst mode. Now, basically, what this does is the first two bullets in real life would penetrate in the same spot without any recoil, and this would make armor-piercing rounds, basically. So, it's a great efficient gun in the real-world scenario. However, we see this gun a lot in most first-person shooters like Call of Duty, most notably Black Ops 2, and also Battlefield 3. Now, Battlefield 4, the developers of DICE have decided to include this gun into their new rendition title, and we get this. It's not the best gun, I'll say it out there, but it is certainly a fun gun to use. Now, if you want to be very effective with this gun, you need to chuck on that burst mode. If you just leave it in single fire, if you just leave it in automatic, basically, you're not going to get that efficiency what the gun's designed for. It's designed to be ran in a burst fire mode. Now, it's great that the developers of the game have included this, a bit of authenticity to the game, and it really just try to make the game as realistic as possible, but let's be real, it's a game anyway. So, basically, what you want to be doing with this gun is trying to get pickups with the long range and medium range scenarios. It's not the best gun for short range. Now, obviously, there's a lot of people run the engineer class to, combat the vehicles in this game because they are a little bit overpowered. Not ridiculously, but they are overpowered. Let's all admit it. And, that's what they usually run. So they're usually running either a PDW, which has extremely high rates of fire, which will demolish you in short range. However, you can see here that I'm getting easy pickoffs mid to long range, and it's a great gun for that. Now, definitely, guys, if you're going to be running this gun, you definitely want to have the angle grip. As said before, it really helps combat that vertical grip. Now, you can definitely run whatever underbarrel attachment you would like, such as a stubby grip, a vertical grip, anything like that, but I would recommend a angle grip. Now, this is especially helpful with the vertical range. Now, in other scenarios, it depends on the muzzle brake or compensator. Now, the compensator, I think it helps you with the, I don't know, but I just love to run it with the muzzle brake. Take it for my word, it's a great attachment. The reason for that is it minimizes the vertical recoil, but it also, you're again like trying to minimize the recoil as much as possible, and it also helps with the but you also get a decrease with the accuracy. So it is kind of plus win, but I would take that plus win over the compensator. Now, a lot of people would say that the compensator is a great attachment with this gun. Yes, it is. It's not the worst, obviously. So it's a great attachment, but I would just run with the muzzle brake. Okay, another thing that you want to be doing with this class is you want to be running as a defensive perk, basically. The reason for this is you're going to be doing those long and medium range engagements, and you're not playing an aggressive game style. Unless you love to play an aggressive game style, you don't need the aggressive perks, you could say. So I really would recommend that. And for your gadgets, always run the defibrillator and their aid pack. It really helps out your teammates in the long run, and you can also get those extra points when it comes to the get battlefield. Now, as you can see in the gameplay below, I kind of stuck to this area of the map. My teammates did a great job supporting me with the defibrillator and the aid packs, and I really see how easy it is for me to pick off the other players. I simply just aim in their torso area to head, and it's a really easy kill. Now, basically, you can get a kill with this gun in the first 2 bursts if you hit anything above the torso, and it's really easy like that. So basically, you don't need the best aim in this gun with this gun, however, you do need okay. Now, when it comes to getting used to the burst mode of this gun, it isn't the most easiest thing. I definitely took me some while to get used to it. The reason for that is I always ran an automatic weapon in this game before, and I've never used a burst fire weapon in any of the first-person shooters I've ever played with. But definitely after you finished using this gun, or got used to it at least, you definitely will see an improvement to your gameplay, especially your reaction skills. You'll see that with a burst fire weapon, you acquire higher reaction skills, and that really helps you in the long run. It's definitely improving some skills, and it's definitely fun to use. Now guys, just to sum up this video, it isn't the best gun in the world to use, however it is definitely a fun one. Now if you do hope to enjoy it, if you do hope this video, make sure you hit that like button in below. I put a lot of time and effort into it, and if you'd like to see more best class setups with this on this channel, make sure to subscribe and leave me a comment below saying what type of gun you'd like to see next. Have a great day everyone, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.